on the Linetia show.
All right, so we're back. We're happy. We have lots of energy.
F&A. Yes.
That sounds like something our friend Samuel L. Jackson would say.
I'm sick and tired of these effing snakes on this effing podcast.
I think that he decided that he's just going to say whatever the heck he wants.
When has he not said whatever he wants?
That's true.
It's Sam Jackson.
That's true. And if anyone doesn't know, he is making big headlines right now because yes, he's making big headlines. It was on Going America. That's how big it was.
Wow, it shows what I know since I don't watch that show. I'm surprised Good Morning America is still on.
Good Morning America is number one. It beat the Today Show.
Wow.
It did. I don't know what Channel 2 was doing. Well, CBS. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the big story about him is that he's saying that when President Obama goes to certain areas of the country or speak to certain people, he changes his vernacular. He changes how he speaks with people. Okay. And I'm trying to figure this out because every president or every presidential candidate that I know of since I've been in this world tends to do something to try to relate to the audience.
Yeah.
Yes. You agree?
Yeah.
So I don't understand why Sam Jackson is even saying anything, about the president and the way he's talking to people.
Well, I think everybody's taking it all out of context.
Okay.
Because this was all something that was in an interview that's going to be published in an upcoming Playboy magazine. And so part of the interview was that he was kind of amazed at language these days. In that he says, like, when he was younger, he was always made sure to address his elders properly and speak in correct English. And he says even now, even people on Twitter, he says, don't know the difference between your and your apostrophe R-E.
Which we visited before many times.
Yeah, well, but it is what he's right. He's right. But he even says, how did we become a society where mediocrity is acceptable? Which, again, he's right. I mean, mediocrity being acceptable, all you need to do is you need to point to the fact that reality TV is like the biggest thing, and the fact that people think mediocre Kardashians are something to strive for. But part of it also, I guess the interviewer mentioned that even highly educated people, including Barack Obama, will consciously drop G's from words in order to sound more like the average person.
For example, instead of saying going, you're saying gonna.
Or going.
Yeah.
Something like that. And basically Sam Jackson said, it's not because of his blackness, but, he should stop trying to relate. And he said, be a leader, be presidential. And I would kind of agree to that in a way. The problem is that, unfortunately, you get a lot of people in the mainstream, even those in the opposing party, Fox News type thing. They're basically looking to put down a politician, for any little thing. And quite honestly, if you had a politician that would be so straight-laced like that and picture perfect, in a way, you'd see that he'd be made fun of.
Right, but one of the reasons why Obama got into office because he was more relatable. People actually felt like he was just regular American person.
Sure.
Instead of someone who's coming in.
Instead of a rich Republican.
Right, or anybody.
Yeah,
rich,
or rich.
Yeah. I don't see where he's doing anything wrong. I don't see where, obviously, he is a Harvard graduate. He knows how to speak.
Yeah.
I don't see why this is a big deal the way he feels like he should speak with, someone depending on where he is. Or I'm pretty sure he doesn't use that same type of language when he's just talking to his wife, you know what I mean? And they're at home, and nobody's watching, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then on a normal basis, why would I always speak to someone, in the correct way you should be speaking, I want to say, all the time? That's not going to be me all the time,
Well, no, and even Sam Jackson said that, he would, say, it ain't, and, what it be to his friends. Mm-hmm. But when you're out presenting yourself to the world, which is true, you hear the stories about, like, people who go to job interviews and, they're a mess. Showing all kinds of piercings and stuff, and you're going to, business, like a banking type thing or something like that, or not wearing a suit and tie when it's necessary and stuff. A lot of people, when it comes to any kind of like proper etiquette, it seems to have gone by the wayside in a lot of cases. But in many cases, not doing that really hurts you. And I think that's what his point is. His point is there's a time and place for everything. And the president should be leading by example as well.
He does.
The president should, I don't think. See, the thing is, I don't think that had anything to do really with putting down the president or anything. He was just answering a question that included, Barack Obama, and he's like, yeah, be presidential.
But he told him to stop trying to relate to people.
Stop trying to relate in the way of slang. That's all.
We're not going to get away from that. No one.
Yeah, you can.
Is going to get away from slang.
You can.
As a society, I don't think you can just get away from slang. I just don't think so. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I mean, me and you both have been to college. Both of us have a quality education. We know that when we speak to a client, we're not going to speak that way. Okay, but when I'm talking to you regular, we're sitting here in the office, I don't have to speak with you, and all of this, intellectual way.
You have to be more formal with me, I think. Yeah.
What?
You should be.
Why?
Because I'm your superior. Come on.
No.
Yes, men are superior to women.
No, sorry. No, in that case, I should speak more slang to you and put you down more. But, I mean, really, you know what I'm saying. I mean, really, I don't see the big deal. And, they're making a big thing about this, that he's put down Obama and all this kind of stuff. And truth be told, he gave a lot of money to Obama's campaign.
Yeah, you know what? Anybody who says that, though, they're taking it out of context. It's not a big deal. It's a silly thing.
I'll have some people saying that he probably got a movie coming out. I didn't check that.
That was part of the Playboy interview. He has a movie coming out. He didn't do the interview to talk about Obama. The interviewer brought it up. So what?
And also, he's been known to correct people on Twitter, too.
He should.
You're correcting people on Twitter. It's a social site. Yeah. Why are you correcting people on Twitter? It's
because
just
you shouldn't have to go, I guess instead of saying your, they mean your. Oh, instead of two, they meant two.
It's Twitter.
Yeah,
You're only allowed so many characters.
It doesn't even matter what the characters. It's not even the characters. Some people will put in more characters by misspelling something.
It's just Twitter.
It's communication.
It's just Twitter.
It's communication.
But it's not like you're writing a resume. You're not like you're speaking to your superior, to your boss. It's just Twitter. It's just communicating from one person to the other. It's a social networking site. You really think everything's supposed to be grammatically correct on a social networking site? I
think when it's not, it makes you look trashy. I think it makes you look uneducated.
I'm going to have to say no. I just think people just say, whatever. It's a social site. When you're out kicking it with your friends, you're not going to say, oh, well, the Beauty and the Beast, blah,
but
blah, blah, blah.
If you're going to type something, spell it right. If you're going to say, oh, I want one too, don't spell it T-O.
That's what people are doing.
Well, it makes you look uneducated.
Or put the number 2 in there.
It makes them look undereducated. The number 2 makes them look stupid. That is just ridiculous. I hate that kind of shorthand. It's just the way
young people are talking.
So. Well, okay, fine. We got a lot of uneducated, stupid young people.
I don't think so. I think they just talk a certain way. They do. Or everybody just talks a certain way. But Sam Jackson's picking up some heat over this, so oh well. Thanks for listening to the John and Linetia Show.